colors of the rainbows are so bright.
Happy New Year, everyone. I hope we all had a good festive celebration, or at least made the most of the holidays. Here in the UK, it was lockdown everywhere, so we couldn't really do much but celebrate in isolation. But it was fun all the same. I'm starting off my new year with gratitude, and in this video, I'll be talking about 10 amazing things I love about living in the UK. And if you don't already know, my name is Gloria and I moved there over 4 years ago. Oh blimey, it'll be 5 years in February. How time flies. I am documenting my experiences. Please check out my other videos and don't forget to click the subscribe button at the end of this video. I would love to hear your thoughts as well. The first on my list is culture and heritage. In Britain, there are lots of castles, churches and museums and beautiful countrysides. Almost all cities in the UK have museums and castles, and each one has an incredible story to tell. This connection to local history and heritage is what is missing from many countries in the world. There is nothing more powerful understanding the role your town, your people, your village played in the wider story of your nation. You're not just a footnote in history. Your history is all around you and preserved for generations to see and to understand and remember the sacrifices and contributions made by ordinary people to the very surroundings we occupy today. And to top it off, the country is beautiful. I traveled to Cardiff by train and I was amazed by the natural landscape. Scotland and Wales have beautiful countrysides and I cannot wait to explore these places. The next on my list is BBC.
As you may have noticed, BBC News has moved into our new home at Broadcasting House in central London. After more than 40 years of news from Television Centre, we're making a little bit of television history today with the first BBC One news bulletin to be broadcast from what's now the biggest and most high-tech newsroom in Europe.
This is one of the best things about the UK. The BBC is highly respected, and it is fair to say that other media institutions around the world see the BBC as the benchmark in broadcast journalism. The BBC has grown beyond its news and radio services. It has multiple HD entertainment channels, all without advertisements. However, we have to pay for TV license and people are not very happy paying for it. I have a video talking about 10 British TV shows that I highly recommend you to watch because most of them are BBC dramas. I will leave the link somewhere on the screen. The next is the police. Compared to a lot of countries, especially Nigeria, where there was a massive protest against police brutality some few months ago, the British police are a lot more respectful of your personal liberties and are more generally helpful and kind. The British police are highly trained, and because many of them do not carry guns, they have invested in other ways of handling hostile situations. The UK officers are less likely to approach a situation in a combative manner, more likely to want to defuse a situation than go heavy-handedly. It's fair to say the police officers are not the most popular anywhere in the world. It's a difficult job and they make mistakes, so it's important that they are well trained and given the support and appreciation they deserve. British police, in my view, are probably the best trained force in the world, more than our friends on the other side of the pond. I am not mentioning names. The next on my list is the public transport. Most cities have efficient bus services which are pretty affordable for commuters. Big cities have trams and metros, the London Underground, which provide easy and efficient public transport facilities, and I love that they run a timetable which is amazing. It helps you plan your trip, and if you miss your bus, you almost know what time the next one will be. The British public transport is one of the best in the world. Next, no dangerous animals. I heard the ancestors killed off all the dangerous animals because of the many farmed animals. I don't know how true this is, but I've noticed there are no dangerous animals or insects in the UK. I guess the climate has something to do with it, as most wild animals thrive in tropical areas. I used to be very worried walking through bushes that I would see a snake or a scorpion, but nothing, which is very great for picnics. It's unlikely that a baboon will steal your food or a random snake will stop by. The next on my list is the MPs. So members of parliament here are accessible and don't drive around with heavy security like other parts of the world. You can write to them and more than likely to get a response. You can even be invited to a face-to-face meeting without having to pay a bribe. Yes, it's true that the MPs are only representatives and they don't have the executive powers like governors and mayors. So it's hard to compare them to governors in Nigeria or in Mexico. However, even mayors here hardly drive around with heavy police protection. The only class of politicians who receive police protection are the cabinet ministers or the sitting prime minister. One of the best things about the parliamentary system is that you can raise a petition, and if it gets enough signatures, it will be discussed in parliament. For example, recently we had the EndSARS movement about police brutality in Nigeria, which generated enough signatures from Nigerians in the diaspora and ended up being discussed in the UK Parliament.
On the international scene, the British Parliament has deliberated a petition by some groups and individuals requesting the Parliament to implement sanctions against the Nigerian government for alleged human rights violation during the EndSARS protests and Lekki shootings.
The outcome may not always favor you, but at least you can get to tune in to watch the debate live on air. Such things are taken seriously here. The next on my list is the pedestrian crossing. I really love this about the UK. As a foreigner, this was new to me. I remember running across a zebra crossing because I thought the cars wouldn't stop, but I was wrong. Where I come from, we don't have zebra crossings everywhere, and this could mean you waiting a long time to go across. The pelican crossing is also a great addition. You press a button and then the cars stop and then you can now go across. A lot of accidents have happened back home because of lack of these. The next on my list is pavement. Might sound insignificant, but coming from Africa where roads are hardly built with pavements, this is a big deal for me. I know this is a sign of a developed world, but it's been one of the things I love and cherish about living here. It's all about safety. In Africa, walking on the roads causes many accidents and countless have died as a result because they are forced to walk on the road next to trucks and long vehicles. I think something as simple as pavement shows how much value is placed on the human life in the UK. So lastly, driving. Since I started driving in the UK, I must say British driving includes being polite and having the attitude of you first, which means if it's a narrow lane, either driver would allow the other to go first. How amazing! This is something that's not very common where I come from. Also, the driving tests are pretty strict, and once you learn how to drive in Britain, you will be able to drive sensibly anywhere in the world. I think I'll be very nervous driving again in Nigeria. So guys, these are some of the things I love about living in the UK. It is a wonderful country and has a lot going for it. Yes, it is not perfect, but show me one country that doesn't have problems. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, it will mean a lot to me. And I will also appreciate any feedbacks you may have. I am an open book, and I'm eager to learn and improve, so feel free to suggest any idea or topic on a video I can do. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful new year.
There's a reason why the colors of the rainbows are so bright. It's for you and me to learn that, yeah. There are times in life and many times we have to stick together, but the light in us still shines. My hopes and dreams are gone beyond the waterfalls. Is life a thunderstorm? So many questions why, where I believe in hope, in faith in God above. Someday I'll see the end, together we'll ascend. There's a little money in my pocket, I'm trying to find my way to making a living today. times are still the same. They don't know that I have come to the end of the